Good morning, students. Today, the topic which we are going to discuss is teacher-centered methods. The learning objectives of today's topic are teacher-centered methods mean the students will able to understand the concept of teacher-centered methods. Demonstration, the students will able to understand the concept of demonstration method. Purpose of demonstration, the students will able to define what are the different purposes of demonstration. Assignments and homework. What is the concept of assignments and homework? Memorizing. What is the concept of memorizing? Review. The meaning of review. Now, the teacher-centered methods. Expository in nature, easier to implement than student-centric activities. Now, it is easier to implement a teacher-centered method in comparison to a student-centered activity. In a teacher-centered method, the whole sole responsibility of teaching learning process is in the hand of the teacher. The teacher decides what to teach, when to teach, and how to teach. The students are just the passive listeners and listen just what the teacher is saying. So it is easier to implement a teacher-centered method. Now, advantages of teacher-centered approach. As the curriculum is designed by the teacher, the curriculum is designed by the teacher, that's why it is easy for the teacher to implement it also. It becomes easy to achieve the desired goals. When the teacher is designing a curriculum, he is also framing the objectives according to it. And when the framing of objectives is done by the teacher, then it is easy for the teachers to achieve those desired goals also. Subject matters become psychological sound. Means the subject matter is psychological sound. It means that we move from concrete to abstract, easy to complex, due to its relevance with the interests, needs, and level of the children. Now, the curriculum or the subject matter which has been designed, it should be relevant according to the interest of the learners. Needs. What are the specific needs of the learner and level of the child, in which level that child is studying, whether it's studying in undergraduate course, graduate course, or postgraduate course. Content subject matter is logically arranged. Means when the subject matter should be logically arranged. It means, for example, if I am going to teach you teacher-centered approach, then first I have to explain you that the concept of teacher-centered approach. Then I have to teach you what are the advantages and the limitations of teacher-centered approach. Then we will say that the subject matter is logically arranged. But if I first teach you the concept of these are the limitations of teacher-centered approach, these are the advantages, and this is the meaning of teacher-centered approach, then you will say that the subject matter is not logically arranged. Irrelevant material, it should not include any irrelevant material. For example, I am teaching you teacher centered approach and I start teaching you what about symposium, what do you call by seminar, what do you understand by the concept of role play, then that material will be called as a irrelevant material. Subject matter is avoided. Teachers feel comfortable and confident in the classroom activities. When the teacher is teaching with the teacher centered approach, he is confident and comfortable also. Democracy is encouraged, cooperation is developed. Society, community is also involved directly or indirectly in the development of curriculum. Means society, needs of the community is also affecting the construction or the framing of the curriculum. So both these things, society and community, are also directly or indirectly are affecting the development of the curriculum. No objection is raised by the teacher in connection with the availability of sources and resources. Now, disadvantages of teacher-centered approach: a change in the attitude on the part of learner. Teachers and community is difficult to develop. Means it is difficult to change the attitude on the part of the learners, teachers, and community if the teacher is teaching with the teacher-centered approach. Lack of sources and resources. There is lack of sources and resources. Hindrances due to rigid administration. There is no flexibility on the part of the administration. Planning, everyone has to follow the rigid plan, and management also. It will become difficult to maintain a common standard in various institutions. The existing curriculum for the teacher training institutions is not suitable for the teacher-centered approach. Means the existing curriculum, the current curriculum designed for the teacher training institution is not suitable for the teacher-centered approach. A drastic change in the examination system evaluation will be required. A change has to be there in the examination system, evaluation system. Teacher-centered method. These are the different teacher-centered methods that the teacher can imply in his teaching learning process. The first one is teacher talk, means lecturing. Second, demonstration. The teacher can demonstrate assignments and homework. Fourth one, memorizing. Fifth, review. Sixth, questioning. And the seventh one is discussion. Now, what do you mean by demonstration method? Demonstration is a methodology liked by students. Now, what is that? It's a method that is liked by the students very much. Students are actively engaged in the learning activities. Why they like the demonstration methods? Because they are actively involved in the learning activities. Now, purpose of demonstration grabs attention of students. It is easy to grab the attention of the students when the teacher is teaching with the demonstration method. Student vigorously participates in the demonstration method, reduce safety hazards, save time and resources. It saves the time of the teacher, energy of the teacher, and the resources that being available to teach that particular topic. Reviews theory, illustrates or models. Guidelines when demonstrating. Decide the most effective way to conduct the demo. It has to be decided what will be the best way to conduct a demo. First one is teacher, teacher with student helper, student, entire class or small groups. Teacher first, then small groups repeat. Guidelines when demonstrating. Make sure the demonstration is visible to all students. Now, it's the duty of the teacher that when he or she is using the demonstration method, it should be such that the demo should be in such a way that all the students will able to see what the teacher is demonstrating. Have a plan B. Models proper safety precautions should be there. Now, assignments and homework. Assignments and homework practice should be incorporated into the instructional sequence. Means we cannot differentiate or we cannot separate the instructions from the practice. Instructions and the practice go side by side. Practice should be incorporated. That's why they are saying that when we are giving the instructions, the practice should be incorporated in the instructions that has been given to them. Instructional sequence as either an in-class assignment and or an out-of-class assignment. It can be done. A practice should be incorporated into such a way that it should be done either in the class, means the teacher has to give the assignments either in the class, or it can be given by the teacher out of the class, means the teacher can give some homework to the students. Now, reasons for practice. What are the reasons why home assignments or assignments should be given by the teacher? Now, these are the particular reasons. The first one is automatically mastering procedure, knowledge, process so that the procedure occurs rapidly and with little conscious effects. Allow student to not commit substantial memory to the process. Frees up cognitive capacity for higher level activity, reconstructing and making meaning of knowledge that is more complex. Now, overlearning, how thinking process become active. you have to decide how the thinking process become automatically. Learn something to a point of mastery so that it can be replicated repeatedly, automatically, and over extended years. Now, types of practice. Guided practice always take place at school in a classroom. Now, guided practice will be given at school and in a classroom, at a particular classroom, library, in the library, studio, and laboratory. It can be done anywhere, or computer room, where the teacher can observe and give feedback. Now, that is important. It can be any place where the behavior of the learner can be observed by the teacher. That is important. And give feedback. And the teacher has to give feedback on the basis of the observations he has made. The teacher actively interacts with students, providing over the shoulder instructions to an individual or group. Tasks are graded, means the different task that has been given by the teacher has to be graded. Independent practice can take place in school or as homework. Now, independent practices can take place in school or as a homework. The student is expected to complete the task without or with very little, means a task which was given by the teacher to the students that they have to complete. They can independently complete that task without taking help from anybody, or they can take help of someone, little help from someone to complete the task that was given by the teacher. Assistant from the teacher, now they can take the help from the teacher to complete the task. Other students, they can also take the help of other students or anyone else. Now, anyone else can be their father, their mother, their neighbors, their elder sisters, or anyone. Independent practice is also graded, and that independent practice is also to be graded by the teacher. Now, benefits of homework. What are the different benefits of giving homework to the students? Improves academic performance and study habits. Now, what is that? If a teacher has given some homework to the students, it will definitely improve their academic performances. They will achieve better if teacher is giving the students regularly homework or practice sessions or assignments. And study habits, and it will develop in them or improve in them the study habits. Develop autonomy and self-discipline. They will learn to be in self-discipline. They know that this work has to be completed. This is the time in which they have to complete that particular work. Promotes efficiency by effectively using both the classroom and the home for learning. Now, it will develop efficiency in the students. How? Because they are learning not only in the class but also at the home. So, when they are learning at the both places, it will definitely promote their efficiency. Facilitate parental involvement in children's education. Now, if a student has been given some homework, then what will happen? The student might need some help from the parents, and that facilitates the parent involvement in children's education. That's why homework assignments is very important. Now, the goal of homework, the practice skills learned in class. What are the different practice skills that they have learned in the class? To learn a baseline of information in advance of a lesson, usually as a reading homework assignments. To apply concepts learned in the classroom, you have to apply the concepts that has been learned by you in the classroom by completing the assignments that were given to you. To learn self discipline, you will able to learn the concept of self discipline. Now, parents duty, what are the parents' duty when the teacher has assigned some assignments or homework to the students or to the children. First one is provide a specific and consistent time each day for homework. Means parents has to prepare a timetable, and in that timetable it has to be mentioned that you have to sit or complete your homework in that particular duration. Means a duration has to be fixed by the parents that in that period you have to finish homework of that particular or specific subject. If needed, designates a specific place where homework is to be done. Parents can also fix a place that in that place only you have to do your work. Limit distractions by eliminating TV and music during homework. Now, what is that? A, a place should be such that there should be limited distractions for the child while they are doing their homework. So limit distractions by eliminating TV. You can eliminate TV from there and musics from there when the child is doing their homework. Check the student's understanding of the assignment before he or she starts. Now, it is the responsibility, or I can say it's the duty of the parents that they check whether the student has understand that concept or not before they are starting their assignments. Encourage students to contact a study club member or homework buddy if needed. Ensure students do not do homework with their friends. Now, it's the responsibility, duty of the parents that they instruct their students that if they are doing their homework, they should do it independently. They should not do their homework with their friends unless it's a group project. If it's a group project, then they have to do that work in that group only. If students encounters a problem, if student faces a problem, ask questions to help the students arrive at a conclusion. You can ask questions where you are having the problem, and you can help the student so that they can arrive to a conclusion and finding a solution of the problem. Never do a teenager's homework by telling him or her the answers. No, if a question has been asked by the student that please tell me the answer of that question, so as a parent you don't have to answer him that particular question. Ask the student to search for the answer, just guide him or just facilitate him to find out the correct one. Expect the work is to be neat and orderly. It has to be expected from the students or children that the work, that the homework or the assignment that has been done by them, it should be neat and in proper order. Check the work for accuracy if knowledgeable. Parents should not be viewed as a substitute for the teacher. Means we cannot view parents as the substitution for the teacher. Now, teacher's duty only assign homework that students should know. Means we have to assign that homework only that the student has no. Means the student must have some prior knowledge regarding to the topic which we have given to them to do the work or to complete the task. How to do? They must know what is the concept and how they have to do that particular assignment. If they were playing attention in class, if they were paying attention in the class, they must know that what is that the concept and how they have to do it. Reading assignments will follow a pre-reading activity. Now, what is that? Means as a teacher, I have given them the homework, and the homework is that they have to do reading, and this is the assignment. Now, I have given them the assignment. Before that, I must follow a activity, and that is a pre-reading activity. And or be followed by a bell work or a post training activity. Or after that, I can give him a post reading activity also. Homework assignments will always be doable and will not need any particular expertise to complete. Means they do not need any expert to complete the home assignments or to complete a particular task. Assignments will be clear, it should be clear and defined. It should be defined in a proper manner and able to be complete without specialized material, or no other specialized material is needed to complete that particular assignment or work. Student will be held accountable. They should be held accountable for their particular works. Now, student can be assigned to a study club or homework buddy to get assignments when absent and to clarify assignments. Now, what is that? That we can form a study club or homework buddy so that those students who are on leave today can know what assignment was given by the teacher for today's, and to clarify assignments if they need any clarification, if they have any doubts that they want to clarify, they can contact that club or the home work buddy group to need some clarification. Amount of time students will be expected to spend on homework will be limited. Means a time limit should be there, that in that particular time you have to complete your homework. Maybe half hour a day you can assign that. In a day, a half hour has been given. In that half hour you have to finish your assignment, Monday to Thursday, and the duration is from Monday to Thursday. Meaningful homework will assign on a consistent basis. Means a homework should be that should be have some meaning, and it should be assigned on a consistent basis, means on a regular basis, perhaps every Monday through Thursday. Homework will be collected, it will be collected, read and graded. First we have to collect the homework, then we have to read it, and on the basis of their performances on the homework we have to grade them and feedback. And on the basis of their performances, on the quality of their homework, how they have done their homework, we have to give them the feedback. Feedback will be provided within 2 days of receipt. Now, means it will take 2 days to give them the proper feedback. Include positive comments as well as notes about mistake. Now, you can give them positive comments related to that as well as notes about mistake, that these particular mistakes has been done by you. Students can be promoted to use a homework planner. Uh, we can suggest them to use a homework planner. Students, not the teacher, will be responsible for the daily check-in and check-out of homework. Now, it is the whole sole responsibility of the students. That's why we are saying that homeworks will make the students, bring the students in self-disciplined manner. So it's not the students, but that has to be responsible. The students should be responsible for their daily work, for their daily home assignments. There will be some mandatory and some optional homework. Mandatory, that these things, these homework should be done by you anyhow, and some optional homework. There will be options, there can be some options. For example, students will be able to choose between creating an essay or creating an image to express their idea. You can give some options to the students what they can opt at the time of assignments. You can give them the choice that either they have to create an essay or they can create an image, and both of these objective is that they have to express their ideas. Assignments will be written, it should be in the written form on the chalkboard at the beginning of class. Means when the teacher is giving them assignments, it should be written on the blackboards at the beginning of class. Means assignment should be given by the teacher at the beginning of the class and not at the end as an afterthought. As students leave, they will be remained about the homework due to the next day. As student leave means as the student leave the class, they will be reminded that you have to do this particular assignment. Now, Now, memorizing. Sometimes students must memorize things even without much understanding. Now, what that without understanding a concept, students sometimes just memorize that concept. Language, alphabets, maths, numbering system, chemistry, common element symbols means they just memorize them before understanding what is the concept of common element symbols. Play trumpet, finger rings. Guidelines for memorizing. Avoid overuse of memorizing means we should not give stress on memorizing means overuse of memorizes should be avoided. If possible, have students understand meaning before memorize. Now, what should be done? We should make students first understand that concept, then afterwards they can memorize it. First, understanding is important. Use mnemonics to aid students in memorization. Now, review. In general, reviewing is a positive and necessary practice. Now, what they are saying that review is a positive and a needed practice that has to be done. Recall is important. Recall is improved means when a concept has to be recalled, it has to be improved one. Understanding is improved by strengthening semantic networks. Review in subjects. Science. Many concepts cannot be fully understood in isolation. Means uh, various concepts are there that cannot be understood in isolation. Means to understand those concepts, we have to make a correlation has to be established by the teacher. More appreciation for concepts when seen in context of later topics. Mathematics, concepts build on each other. Frequent reviews are necessary. Frequent reviews are necessary. Geography, parts have less direct connection. Fewer reviews are needed. End of unit course review, always profitable. Helps to unify the concepts. Helps students see the big picture. Help strengthen semantic networks. Review should not be used solely as preparation for an exam. Means it should not be considered that a review is necessary for for preparing the students for exam. It's not like that. If you review more than just before an exam, students will not review as merely for examination purpose. Now, what is that? If you review more often than just before an exam, means you are just reviewing before an exam has to be done. Students will not view as a review as merely an exam preparation strategy. They will not consider review as merely as an strategy that is making or helping them to prepare for exams. Means they have to the review strategy has to be planned in such a way. Alternative review techniques. Student summarizes. The student will summarize the concept. Quiz games. Some games can be organized. Discussion. The teacher can do some discussion or relevant discussion on that. Broad questioning. The teacher can ask some broad questions from it. Dramatization. Drama. Application problems. Now, these are the references which you can refer. As today we have discussed about teacher centered methods, advantages of teacher centered method, disadvantages on teacher centered method. So, for further reading on this topic, you can refer these references. Now, let us discuss some MCQs based on the topic that we have discussed today. The first one is Dash is a methodology liked by students. Now, which methodology is liked by student, or we can say through which method the students like to study? The first one is demonstration, B seminar, C workshop, D conference. Now these are the options. Now you have to select the correct answer on the basis of the choices. And the correct answer is yes, the correct answer is option A, that is demonstration. Now the second one is in demonstration, dash are actively engaged in their learning activity. Now, who are actively involved in learning activities when the teacher is teaching the through the demonstration method? Now the options are A students, B teacher, C mentor, or it's D pupil teacher. Now, who are actively engaged in the learning activities? Now these are the options, and now you have to select the correct one. And the correct answer is yes, the correct answer is option A, that is students. Third, dash should be incorporated into the instructional sequence as either an in-class assignments and or an out-of-class assignment homework. Now, what should be incorporated by the teacher in their instructional sequences as either as a class arrangement that was given by the teacher in their classes or homework. Now the options are A practice, B seminar, C workshop, or it's D symposium. Now these are the options, and now you have to select the correct one on the basis of the given choices. Now the correct answer will be yes, students. What will be the correct answer? Yes, the correct answer will be option A, that is practice. So we can say practice should be incorporated into the instructional sequences as either an in class arrangements or out of class arrangement as we call it as a homework. Now the fourth one, dash improves academic performance and study habits. Now, what is improving the academic performances and study habits of the learner or the student? Now the options are A homework, whether it's in homework that is improving the academic performances and study habits of the learner. B seminar, it's a seminar. C workshop, the symposium. Now these are the options. Now you have to select the correct one on the basis of the given choices, and the correct answer is yes, the correct answer is option A, that is homework. So homework is that activity that is helping the learners to improve their academics and improve their study habits. Now, the fifth one, provide a specific and consistent dash each day for homework. What should be specific and consistent? Now, the options are A, time, B, period, C, duration, or it's D, fixed. Now, these are the options. Now you have to select the correct one on the basis of the given choices, and the correct answer will be yes, the correct answer will be option A, that is time. So time is that which provide a specific and consistent each day for homework. Now the sixth one, dash, promotes efficiency by effectively using both the classroom and the home for learning. Now, which is promoting efficiency by effectively using both at the class and at the home for learning? Means that thing can be given by the teacher in the class also, during the class, or after the class. Now the options are A, homework, B, classwork, C, exams, or it's D, term exams. Now these are the options. Now you have to select the correct one, and the correct one will be, yes, the correct one will be option A, that is homework. So homework promotes efficiency by effectively using at the class or after the class by the teacher. Now, the seventh one, dash, will be clear and definite and able to complete without specialized material. Now, what should be that thing that should be clear to all of the students and definite? It should be defined in a proper manner and able to complete it without specialized material, and it can be completed by the learners without specialized material. Means if it has been clearly defined to the learners, then they need not any specialized material for doing that. Now the options are A, assignment, B, evaluation, C, measurement, or it's D, task. Now these are the options A, B, C, D. Now you have to select the correct one on the basis of the given choices. Now the correct answer will be, yes, the correct answer will be assignment. So we can say if a teacher is giving an assignment to the learners, then she must clearly define that this is a particular assignment that you have to do first thing, and make them understand that it can be completed. Means you can complete the assignment, you can complete the task that I am assigning you without specialized materials. Means it did not require any specialized material. Now the eighth one, student must dash things even without much understanding. Now what is that thing that students do even without much understanding? Means they do not understand that concept, but they just do that thing. Now the options are memorize, B, learning, C, teaching, D, practice. Now these are the options. Now the student must memorize things even without much understanding. Now what we are saying, that students will involved in memorization even without understanding that particular concept. Is this the correct answer? Or student must learn things, means the students will involved in the learning process even without understanding that concept. Student must teaching things, the students are involved in teaching things even though they do not understand that concept. Or student must practice things, they are practicing things but they did not understand the concept of that thing. So what will be the correct answer? Yes students, now the correct answer will be option A, that is memorizing. So we must say that students are in the habit of memorizing things before, even before they understand the concept. Now it is the duty of the teachers to ask the students not to memorize the things, before understanding. First, you have to understand that concept. After that, if you understand that concept, you can memorize that thing. But first, understanding is must. Now, the ninth one, dash should be sure that at the time of demonstration it is visible to all students. Now, what should be done so that everyone will able to visit the demonstration? Now, first thing, second thing, who should be sure that all the students or the learners of the class are easily seeing the demonstration that was going on. Now the option are a teacher, whether it should be a teacher, and he should be sure that if he or she is demonstrating something, it is being visible to all the students. Option B, group, means a group should be sure that at the time of demonstration it is visible to all students. Option C, peer, means your friends, if they are demonstrating something in a class. Or D, you should be sure that at the time of demonstration it is visible to all. Now, these are the options, and you have to select the correct one. And the correct answer will be A, teacher. Means a teacher should be sure that this time when I am demonstrating something to my students, it is visible to all the students that are present in the class. Now, the 10th one, dash always take place at school in a classroom, means that thing always take place at a school in a classroom where the teacher can observe, where the teacher can observe easily and give feedback, and after the observation the teacher can give the feedback to the students or the learners. Now the options are A, guided practice, B, worksheet, C, feedback, or it's D, reinforcement. So these are the options. Means what should be take place at school? It should be a guided practice, it should be a worksheet, it should be a feedback, or it should be a reinforcement. Now students, these are the options. Now you have to select the correct one on the basis of the given choices. So the correct answer will be guided practice. Thank you, students. With this particular narration, you have understood the basic concept of teacher centered approaches or methods. And we have said that teacher centered methods are easy methods for the teachers, as the teacher is responsible for the whole teaching learning process in comparison to the student centered approaches. As the curriculum has been designed by the teacher, it is easy for them to teach through these methods. Then we have discussed the different teaching methods that are teacher centered approaches or methods. We have talked about the demonstration methods, and we have said that demonstration method is the best way, and the students like to learn by this method. And by giving the demonstration, it is necessary that the teacher should be particular that it should present the demo in such a way that all the students can easily visible what the teacher is demonstrating. Then we have talked about the review option, and then we have talked about the home assignments and homework that has been given by the teacher to the learners. and giving the homework or the assignments to the teacher. It is the duty of the teacher to give the homework to the topic which they have learned. And again, while giving the homework, it should be given in such a manner that every student is clear that this is the assignment that I have to complete. And there is also the role of the parents and the duties of the parents while the students are doing the homework. It is the duty of the parents that each day a time has to be fixed by them. In that particular time, you have to do the particular homework. And it is the duty of the parents that they look whether these stu- their children are doing their homework independently or not. If any query or question is there, they can clear that doubt. But it should be encouraged that they do their homework by themselves. It will develop independent learning among them. And second thing, they will be developed, encouraged to be in a self-disciplined manner. So thank you students. In next class, we are going to discuss about the different teaching methods, other teacher-centered approaches also. Thank you so much.